Lesson 3 is about missing numbers in addition and subtraction. Now what we want to do for our first problem is find the number for m. m's right here. We've got 12 plus m. 12 and m are our addends. 31 must be our sum. And we need to figure out what the missing number is. Now looking back at our fact families, we know we could say 12 plus m is 31, or we could say m plus 12 is 31, or we could rearrange with subtraction. We could say 31 minus 12 is equal to m, okay? Or we could say 31 minus m is equal to 12. Now, I like this one. The reason I like this one the best is because I can do the math, 31 minus 12, and it takes us straight to m. Let's go through that process. 31 minus 12. 31 minus 12. We're going to borrow from the 3. We've got 2. Carry the 1. We've got 11 minus 2 is going to give us 9. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we've got an answer. M is going to be equal to 19. And we're all done with this first problem. Make sure you've got this copied down in your notes before you move on. Alright, now the next one, we've got to find the number for n. And there's a few more addends. We have two more addends in this problem. 3 knowns, 1 unknown, and we've got our sum of 64. What we want to do when we have a problem like this is simplify as much as possible. So we're going to add. We're going to add what we know. We know 36 plus 17 plus 5. We're going to add those up so that we can just have the 2 addends and 1 sum. So 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 5 more is 18. I'm going to carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. So we have 58. So what our problem now becomes, we'll use a different color, we now have 58 plus n is equal to 64. We know that could also be written as n plus 58 equals 64. Or we could write it as a subtraction problem. We could say 64 minus n is equal to 58. Or we could say 64 minus 58 is equal to n. I like the last one the best because we can do the math and it tells us right what our answer is. Now 64 minus 58 will work right here. We've got plenty of room. 64 minus 58. I'm going to borrow from the 6. We've got 5. We have 14. 14 minus 8 is 6. 5 minus 5 is 0. We've got our answer. N must be equal to 6. And we're all done. Now you might have been able to do that one in your head without borrowing or regrouping. If you can, that's fantastic. Go ahead and do it. Okay, make sure you've got this copied down into your notes. Alright, now we want to find the number for W. We've got W minus 16 is equal to 24. So remember, we've got our minuend minus our subtrahend gives us our difference. So when we have this problem, let's rearrange. Let's say we've got W minus 16 is equal to 24. So how could we rearrange this problem? If we wanted to, we'd have to think about that carefully. Now you know that W has to be bigger than 16 and it has to be bigger than 24. So one way we could rearrange would be to say 24 plus 16 is equal to W. Now this is a great way to think about this problem. We don't need to write out our other parts of our fact family because we know that this will give us our answer. Now when we go through this math, we figure out what W is. 24 plus 16, 4 plus 6 is 10. We're going to carry that 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 more gives us 4. We've got 40, so W must equal 40. We can check our work, and the way that we can check our work to make sure we're right is to say W equals 40. Let's say 40 minus 16 and see what we get. We're going to borrow from the 4 to get a 3. We've got 10 minus 6, that's 4. 3 minus 1 is 2, that's 24. 24 is equal to 24. We're all right. W must be equal to 40. You know you got the answer right, and you didn't even have to ask. Alright, our lesson practice is going to be on pages 14 and 15. Make sure you've got your notes all done, and I will see you during our next course period.